I don't know how to get what I want. Hey friend, sounds like you could use a deer man. I'm not sure what a deer-themed centaur has to do with my current needs. No, it's a skill. I'm sure it is. Acquiring the trust of a regular centaur can take ages. No, it's a DBT skill. It stands for describe, express, assert, reinforce, stay mindful, appear confident, and negotiate. Oh, okay. Well, I still want to know how to get what I want. So how does this deer man help me? Because I'm really upset at my partner for not communicating that they would be home late for dinner, even though they said they would be home for dinner. Okay, that's valid. Let's start with the D. Describe the current situation if necessary, stick to the facts, and express to the person exactly what you are reacting to. For example, you told me you'd be home by dinner and you didn't get here till 11. Okay, but they should already know I'm upset. Like, isn't that obvious? I mean, they said they'd be home by dinner and it's 11. Like, pretty obvious. Well, the E stands for express because it's important to express our thoughts, feelings, and opinions about the situation. And we're not going to assume the other person knows how we feel. For example, you could say, when you come home so late, I start worrying about you. Use phrases like, I want instead of you should, or I don't want instead of you shouldn't. Are you sure they're not just going to figure it out on their own? Maybe. Personally, I'd rather be as clear as possible, which is why we move to the A, assert. Assert yourself by asking for what you want or saying no clearly. Don't assume others will figure out what you want, and don't assume they can read your mind either. You could say, I would really like it if you would call me if you're going to be late. Okay, but I don't want to start a fight, so how do I don't know, make it clear that this is a good thing for both of us? That's a great interpersonal goal, which is why the R stands for reinforce. You could reinforce or reward the person ahead of time, so to speak, by explaining the positive outcomes and the positive effects of getting what you want or need. And if necessary, you could also clarify the negative impacts of not getting what you want or need. For example, in this instance, you could say, I would be so relieved and a lot easier to live with if you do that. And then remember to reward desired behavior after the fact, too. Okay, sometimes they throw a lot of things out that tend to distract me and I kind of get off topic and lose sight of what I'm asking for. What then? The M, stay mindful. Mindfully keep your focus on your goal. Maintain your position, don't get off topic, and don't get distracted. You could practice being a broken record, so to speak. Keep asking or saying no, expressing your opinion over and over and over. And then ignore attacks. If another person attacks, threatens, or tries to change the subject, ignore the threats, comments, or attempts to divert you. Do not respond to the attacks, just keep making your point. For example, I would still like a call. This is a little scary and I'm a little nervous. That's okay because the A stands for appear confident. We can cope ahead by practicing appearing effective and confident. We can use a confident tone of voice and a confident posture and maintain eye contact. We're not going to stammer, whisper, stare at the floor, or retreat. We're not going to say things like, I'm not sure. Okay, so be stubborn and stand my ground no matter what. Well, that'll depend on what you're asking for. In most cases, we'll move on to the last letter of Dear Man, N, negotiate. In some instances, we might be willing to give in order to get. We can offer and ask for other solutions to the problem. We could reduce our request. We could say no or offer another way to solve the problem. And we can focus on what will work. For example, if they don't want to call, you could say, how about you text me when you think you'll be late? And if they're not really participating in the negotiation, you could turn the tables. Turn the problem over to the other person and ask for other solutions. You could say, what do you think we should do? I'm not willing to stop worrying about you. Okay, I think I can practice this. I think you can too. Remember to be kind to yourself. Show yourself a lot of compassion. It's going to take a lot of practice. Reach out if you need help. We got this.